Hello, my friends. You like my bracelet? Well, it's pretty, except it's missing some cabochons. I don't have all of them. That one just fell out, actually. So what we are going to do is we are going to create more cabochons. How are we going to do that? With our friend, the ballistic gel. The ballistic gel. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt that. I'm going to take these and pop them out of their little bezels, and I'll take the cabochons, put them down on the tray here, like that right there. Pour this over it and make some more molds. Make a mold of this, and then I'll take some resin or some paint or whatever. We could do it whatever color we want. So all I gotta do is pop these out, and the easiest way to do that is to actually heat the glue up with the heat gun. Yeah, heat gun. Because yeah, they don't pop out real easy, which they shouldn't. We're gonna have to cut the elastic, save the beads, put the bezels aside until we've made all the cabochons. Okay? All right. Okay, I went out and got my heat gun. I picked up my little pink finger protectors, which will keep my fingers from burning. Got my scissors. So let's cut this right here. Let's go somewhere where it's not got a knot right there. Cut, 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 cut. There we go. We don't want to lose any piece of this. So all right. And throw that string away because that is no good to us. Put on our little finger protectors. Just like that. Move that out of the way. All right, let's turn on the heat gun. You know what? Let's be even smarter about this and this. Let's use pliers. We still are going to use these because we're going to be touching the pieces afterwards, and you definitely don't want. There we go. Don't want to burn your fingers. And I'm going to use wood to try to pop those out. See, put the finger things on, hold it, and try to pop that out because I don't want to damage the cabochon. All right, it's going to need to be hotter than that. Wonderful. All right. Now you would think this would just pop out because the other ones just fell out. You know, makes sense to me. All right. There we go. Now, pick this up. Put it over here. Ta-da. Pick that up. Using these because that's going to be hot. You might think it's not going to be hot, but believe me, it holds the heat. All right. Another one. popped out. All right. That. Make sure those are not too hot for that plastic tray I put them in. Let's grab this again. Heat gun back here. All right, why do you want to turn sideways, huh? It's the cord. Let me put the cord back there. And there, that's better. Now it's in alignment. All right, turn the heat gun back on. Let's try. Nope, not yet. All right, let's try it now. Ta-da! All right, got a couple more to do. Now we're gonna have to make 2 sets of molds because I need 8 of these and I've only got 5. So it is what it is. All right, so I got 1 more to do, and I'll do that off camera. All right, that's how I've aligned them. I'm using the smaller instead of this larger one because that's all I need. I mean, I've only got 6 of those, and I said 5 earlier. I have actually 6. I've lost 2, but 1 fell out. So, yeah. Anyways, let me go heat the gel, and we'll be back. Okay. I put this in for 1 minute. It's got, you can see still got a lump inside it. If I was to just keep stirring and everything, because it is fairly warm still, it will all melt. Also, can you see the impurities in here? Like right there, can you see the little, from past uses? Let me just get that off from here. Get rid of that. It's not going to hurt the mold, but you know, if you got time, pick out what you can of the big stuff. Try to clean the stuff off before you refrigerate it. That will also help. All right. Let me put these back where I want them. Right there. Try to get the air bubbles out from underneath them. Because it can make them float if there's air under them. Or if whatever you're using is too light. That will also cause it to float. I don't think these are too light. I think it's just got air bubbles under it. Okay. And you can do the same thing with this as you would do with resin, and use a lighter and just go over the top of it and it'll pop those big bubbles. Let me show you that. All right, just take the lighter, see, and they pop. Just like that. Don't get the lighter in the fluid though. All right, now all I gotta do is take that to the refrigerator, put it in the refrigerator, let it chill down. I can pull this out and actually pour another mold, and then we can do all the the pieces at once. And the reason I'd want to do that is to keep the color the exact same, because that one just came up. See the air bubble? It had air bubble underneath it. Pop, pop. Yeah, I popped it. Okay. Oh, there's another air bubble. Pop, 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 pop. All right, so they are floating up on me. Okay, so there's a couple things we can do. We can start all over, and I might do that. Once this hardens up, just take it apart, heat the gel again. Meanwhile, take the cabochons that we have here, these little red cabochons, and put a little clay on the end of them and stick them down. You can use different things to stick them down. You can use hot glue to stick your inclusion in, what you're making your mold from. You can use clay. You can use anything that sticks, you know. You don't want something that's permanent though, so I wouldn't go with like E6000 unless whatever your container you're using is a one-time use. Okay, we got a lot of bubbles, a lot more bubbles. Anyways, I'm gonna keep here until it's cooled down a lot more. Okay, just to make sure they don't float up on me. Let me get rid of those bubbles here. And we got to think about what color we want to make this bracelet, because we don't have to go back with that red. We can be any color we want. So let's think on that. Meanwhile, we'll cool this down, and it'll probably be tomorrow sometimes before I come back to you. Okay, it is the next day, and this here is ready for unmolding. This is actually the second one of these that I've done. I do have another one in the refrigerator because I needed more than 6 of these. I needed 8 to fill the things. So I made a couple extra just in case I messed something up, or I wanted to make earrings, or who knows why. But it's better to have too many than not to have enough of these. Oh my goodness, come on. This gel is very, very tough. All right, let me see if I can get it in the corner there. Oh, that's better. Yes, there we go. Ta-da-da. All right. Now, these are like that there. Pull that one out. Pull that one out. There is a little film on the back of these. Can you see the... And I will clean that off because I don't want to waste that gel. Okay. I'm going to be using 2-part resin for these here. So we're going to mix it up, fill these, and it'll be tomorrow before we come back and check it out. All right, let me go put this in the refrigerator, and we will mix up the 2-part resin, clean these off, and get ready for the next part. All right, let's clean these off first. Oops, got some gel on here. Put it in here. This is empty right now because I've used all the gel in molds. I did these 2 molds like this, and then I did one using some little findings. This one, that, and I think a cross. Where's the cross? I don't know where the cross is, but yeah. The big thing we have to do now besides stir up the 2-part resin, which we need to stir for 5 minutes once we've measured it out, is decide what color we want this. You know, we can do whatever color we have. We can do glitter. We can do mica powders. We can do, oh, I think that blue mica powder might be really pretty. We could do inclusions. There's a lot of different ones we could do. I don't want to get too complicated on this. So, ooh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. See, we did not cure that part. The I'm going to hit you part. Okay. Do I have any of this that needs to be cleaned up? Yeah, a little bit here from where it poured and dripped. That's on the inside. It's on the outside. I just don't want to lose any of the gel. So if there's any on the outside here, that's on the inside when I melt it. When I put the other used, what's that called? Gel in there, it will just melt back in. Wow, I hit you good there. So let me just cover that up, put that to the side. We don't need that anymore. I don't need that anymore. We will be needing these tomorrow. Those are the bezels, and we're going to need some stretchy cord. So, but that's a tomorrow thing. Okay. Ooh. A little bit more of that stuff on me. The gel kind of gets everywhere. The little pieces like this. Yeah, they stick to you. See if I can make sure I get it all cleaned up out of the area here. All right, hold a second. I got to get my timer. All right, have my timer, have my measuring cup. I think I'm only going to need about 40 milliliters or whatever this is. Yeah, milliliters. So I have a mark here and a mark there. I don't think it's going to take any more than that. All right, have to open this, which is, this is part B of T-Expert. Never can pronounce it correctly. Okay, right there. I'm not sure what I did with my new cups. This is one of the old ones. Okay, there we go. We'll go up to the next line. Right there. All right. But this is, oops, well, get under there. That's the brand. All right. Let's get a stir stick. Hit the start button and just counting it down. And we're just going to stir slowly, because if you stir too fast, you're going to get a lot of air bubbles in there, and we do not want a lot of air bubbles. Another reason that we're doing so many of these is in case you do get some air bubbles in one or two of them, you can put them aside and excuse me, and yeah, use the good ones. Anyways, this is like exciting stuff, just watching me stir, 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 stir. It's kind of like watching NASCAR, you know, except for we'd be going this direction. Yeah. Yeah, we'd be going this way if it's NASCAR. My sister and her husband went to Watkins Glen to watch the NASCAR race this weekend. My husband and I have been to one NASCAR race, and that was at Atlanta Speedway. It was really cool. Loud. Oh my goodness, it is so loud. But we had fantastic seats. We were right in front of the finish line. just one up from the expensive seats. So we had the cheap seats, but we had terrific view, and being up higher, you actually could see more than the expensive seats could, I think. So yeah, it was good. We've been to a couple of other types races, so, but yeah, it's a lot of money to spend on watching a race when you can see a whole lot more of it on your TV screen. But the experience is different at being at a sports event than watching it on TV. So I can understand why people like doing it. But yeah. Anyways, let me pause this and continue to stir. I've got almost 3 minutes of stirring to go. And while I'm holding it in my hand like that, it's actually warming the liquid, which is also helps stir it in and releases bubbles. So, yeah. Okay, it has stirred. I don't know if you can see all the air bubbles that are in there, but there's a lot of them there. So sometimes I'll use my my lighter, but today I'm going to use my heat gun. Okay, let's turn that on and just stir that a little bit. So also heating it, the warmer this is, the closer it is to setting, and that's a lot clearer than it was. All right, the color I've chosen is cobalt blue. That is such a beautiful color. I think it will make a nice bracelet. Okay, let me grab my, it's actually a cuticle pusher, but it's a fantastic spoon for this stuff here. So, and I want it a pretty intense color. Normally, if I'm using UV resin, I won't put as much of the mica powders in, because it you need the light to come through it. But with this, I don't need the light to shine through it because it's 2-part resin and it doesn't rely on UV light. Yeah, this is nowhere near saturated enough. It's such a pretty color though. Can you see the color? So pretty. But let's put another spoonful in. Yeah, let's make it a good healthy spoonful, because this is quite a bit of resin. Yeah, that's a lot better than it was. I get it mixed thoroughly though. I don't think it's mixed thoroughly enough. Do we want it a little translucent? That's a bit translucent. Let's see if I can clean it off from the stick so it shows a little better. I think we need a little bit more powder in it. One more spoon. All right. Cover back on because we do not want to spill this. All right. Yeah, that's much better. Can you see the difference? Still getting swirly marks in there. Can you see the swirly marks? Which means it's not fully incorporated yet. Which, excuse me, could look kind of cool in the bracelet. All right, let's take the gel. Like I said, I have 2 of these now because I did one and then I went and did the other one. So let's clean this mess up here. Clean that off. Got some mica powder on the table. Look at that's got gel on it. It's dirty gel. But I want to use something to wipe that off. I don't want to get it in my my gel, and it will. Because mica powder is like a very, very fine glitter in how it incorporates into things. So let me just clean that off like that. Okay, that's better. All right, the cleaner you can keep your gel, your mold gels, ballistic gel, however you want to call this stuff, the better. All right, let's, and I've not used the 2-part resin in a gel mold yet. Don't know how it's going to work. We will find out. Oop, that one's got too much in. I'm going to have to remove some of that. Because we want to keep these pretty uniform in depth, so the bracelet won't look like it's mismatched. This has got to set overnight. I'm going to have some extra, so I'm going to need a couple of molds. I got a lot of extra, I think. All right, let's see. This one's got too much in. I think that's the only, well, this one might have a little bit more than I want in it. So let's take just a scoopy out. Oh, make a mess here. There. That should be enough out of that. Those, and we can sand the back, you know, if we need to make one smaller. If it's too thick, we can always, you know, use sandpaper and just sand the back of it off. Let's clean that up. That up right there. Throw that away. All right. Let's move these over so they're out of the way and just use up the rest of that. Oh, I had a lot left. Wow. I only needed to make half as much as I did. So these are don't use much at all. Cool. All right, this is that other mold that I made. And I'm going to make the cross here. Because that will make a really pretty cross. Okay. Yeah, I'll fill this one. I wasn't going to, but I have it right here, and why not, right? Wait. I don't want to fill that one too fast because I don't want it to get air bubbles, because it's a lot, there's a lot of texture. What do I want to call it? Yeah, that stuff, you know. It's got a lot of detail. Detail! That's what I want to call it, is details. Wow. Sometimes my words just fail me. We can blame it on old age, right? Let's bring that up around here. Up around here. I can always use my Dremel and clean that out a little better. There's no air bubble in there. That's the place that's going to get the air bubble, probably the biggest chance of it. Oops, don't. Oops. All right. Now on this one, oh, do I want to try doing that with this or just, well, I might as well because need more of this in here. It's not full enough. Let's see, what have I got? Oh, I am so sorry. Oh, well. Oh, I know what I do. I am just going to fill these little hearts, and they'll dip out of this. I'll show you what I mean. Am I in camera? No, I'm not in camera. All right. Let me pull this way. See, I filled that little heart there. Now I'm going to take a toothpick and just take just a little dot of that right like that. And a dot right there. And just kind of fill in the petals. The petals. All right. Fill in the petals. Come on. Petal. Oops, sorry again. And see what it looks like. So we have a reference here. And a petal here. And I'll probably do the rest of this with UV. That needs more right there. Okay. This one here. But you can paint with resin, and basically that's what I'm doing here. I'm just painting this little flower here. There's a leaf there. This goes this way here. Oh, there's one there. I knew there was something not right here. There's a petal right here too. A little bit more in that one. A little bit more. All right. We will set that aside, let it cure. We got a lot of molds here that we can use this in. All right, let's get a mess right here. Let's clean that up because we don't want a mess. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Let's get 2 hearts. That way, if we want to make a pair of earrings, we can. A little bit more in this one. I know, We just took some out of that one. Well, that's why we got to put some more back in. All right. Anything else here we want? Should we do these hearts here too? Put that out of the way. Yeah, this mold has got some cleaning it should have done on it, but yeah, I didn't. Forget what I used it for. I didn't do a good job of cleaning it up afterwards. I know I always lectured clean up, and then I didn't. All right, let's fill some of these, shall we? How'd that glitter get on there? Glitter gets everywhere, folks. All right, here's some more hearts. Do more hearts. You can't have too many hearts. There's a heart. Here's a heart. Let's see. Let's do the diamond. Somewhere I got another diamond. Where's the other diamond? Oh, there it is. Go ahead and do these little square things. Do one over here. This cobalt blue is just so pretty. I'll make sure that's full all the way. Oh, we got more diamonds. Where's the other one? There's one right here. Do you see it? Do you see it? I don't see it. There should be matching for everything. I thought there was anyways. Diamond, 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 diamond. Nope. Let's do a moon. Come on, go all the way in. Do I have another moon? Have a star. Have a star. All right, that's too full. Put that in the heart. Put that in the heart. Put that in the heart. A bit more in the heart. Okay. There's the other heart. Okay, what else we got here? What else do we want to use on this, huh? Should we use these, this right here? There, right there. I have a whole little plastic drawer full of these type of things here that I've created over the weeks and months with excess resin. So if I need them, want to put in some cool inclusions, I got them. Right, I kind of like this here. Let's a drop there and a drop there. Okay, what else we got? Let's go ahead with this one. Yeah, these would make pretty little rings. The little the stone at the top of the ring there. There's some dust right there. Yeah, we don't want that in the, we don't want that in it. All right, is there anything else we see that we like? Huh. Oh, these are a match. This one here. Oh, I got it too full. And this one here. All right. Come on. All right. Let's set this aside. Let's put it way up there. You can just sit out here. You can see how these are the the colors pooling. That's going to happen to the bezels we're making. They're going to do that too. Let's make some little bitty flowers, because I use these a lot in different things. Usually I fill these when I have just a little bit of resin, because it don't take much at all to fill these. And I'm cleaning up a palette type thing. One of my butter wrappers, yeah. Butter wrapper things. But all right. Do I have a squeegee right here? No, I put them all away. Silly me. All right. Squeegee. I have one. All right, let's squeegee it over in to fill that one in. All right. Squeegee to fill that one. And just squeegee these over here. That way they're not overfilled. And we can fill those little ones beside it. All right. And let's let's do these. Let's squeegee off the top of this and just squeegee it into there. But I do like this little mold here, these little tiny flowers. That you know, they look really cute and set in other resin, like for earrings and stuff. Okay, I'll do this cross, and then I'm going to do those there, and we'll see what we got. Okay, oops, don't keep pouring. Pouring over there. All right. Oh yeah, we can put a lot more in than this, but I want to take a minute. Yeah, these are one of the crosses that I make for visitors at our church. Need to make a couple more cards to go with them, because I ran out of cards. Yeah, it's a pretty blue. All the way up in there. You're doing good. All right. All right, now what do I want to put it in? Oh, I said these here. That one. That one. Yeah, if I was going to make some studs, these would be really pretty studs. All right, what else do I want to do with this? Do I have another cross here somewhere? I make some of these little ones here. I had this out for making the black earrings this weekend, and Judy picked 3 of the pairs that I brought, and I'm giving 2 pair to Alex. I think her name's Alexa, but she goes by Alex. Anyways, she likes the feather ones and the chain one. If you go back and watch the last video, 10 pair of black earrings. But I gotta change Alex's because she don't have pierced ears, so she needs clip-ons, which I do have the stuff to do clip-ons. I actually have never done a pair of clip-ons because I don't wear clip-ons, and you know, but I have the finding, so, and it'll give me experience doing that. I'm thinking I'm going to have to make a little piece to go that attaches to the clip-on part, like you would a post. Okay, I think those need to be cleaned up. Ooh, don't drip. Okay, let me get toothpick and make sure there's no air bubbles in that. No air bubbles. Do not want air bubbles. No air bubbles, peoples. I don't think there's air bubbles in those ones. I thought there might be in this one, but none are coming up, so. All right. Let's go ahead and make these here. Yeah, that's your music while you're I'm sorry. I know. I am not musically inclined at all. Yeah. Somebody thought it was horrible because I was telling them that I was actually asked to join the choir in lip sync because my singing is that bad. They go, "That's horrible." I said, "No, it's a great compliment. I mean, I can't sing, but they wanted me there. They liked me and wanted my my presence. They just didn't want me singing while I was there." And no, I did not join the choir. My husband was in the choir. He was a good singer. Teaching kind of ruined his voice. When you're talking constantly, it takes a toll on your vocal cords. People don't know that about teaching, that when you're, or any profession where you're talking all the time can do a big number on your singing voice. I mean, he still sings okay, but nowhere near as good as he did when he was younger. Okay, this is kind of small amount. Where should I put it? Let's put it in these dots here. Dot, dot, dot. Ooh, too much in that dots. I still got enough. What do you think? The blue and that gold? Probably don't go together. But what the heck? That's what these are for using up excess resin, right? Sometimes the combinations, which I think are kind of crazy, come out to be really nice. So we're going to not pass judgment until we pull this and see what it looks like. And this is getting thicker, which it will, as it starts curing. And yes, you can use the two different resins together like this, because the gold was UV resin that's been set. I mean, it's not wet or anything, not uncured. And then this blue is the two-part epoxy. So, and I'm hoping that across the room I'm not having a meltdown with the gel over there, because it is all the way across the room, sitting there curing. Yeah. All right, let's. Well, I had enough to fill the cross. See? Now it's empty. All right, let that sit. Now I gotta clean up. All right, that's the next move. And I'll be back when everything's cured, so it'll probably be tomorrow. I'll see you then. Okay, it's the next day. It's unmolding day. So I'm going to do these really quick because these here are, oh, that's pretty. These are just leftover resin that I didn't want to waste. So I made a bunch of little things. I can either, if I want to make post, I can do that. If I want to add these to like rings, I can do that, or earrings, inclusions. Lots of stuff you can do with these. So you got some pretty resin that you get too much of. Get a little mold like this and just this here I did, it was funny. I said, let's see what we can do with those little dimple things. See if they come out. Oh, look at that. And they're nice little flat, perfect round circles. They stick a little bit. That's what I didn't know if they would do or not. Okay. But sometimes you see things around the house and you go, maybe I can make a thing with that. Those are pretty. Okay. Alright, let's put those two molds away. Well, just set them to the side. We have to clean them yet. Alright. Those will make pretty little earrings. Alright. And of course that needs to be cleaned too. Let's put that aside. Let's check out our crosses before we all get to the main. Oh, this one here needs to be cured a little bit more. Ooh, it had air bubble right here, right here, and right here. I can fix those with resin. With yeah, UV resin. Of course, it's all resin. All right, let's check this one. This one's the one that had the UV gold resin in it. See how that come out. Oh, you know what? I need lights. Ziggy, turn on west wing. Ta-da! Look at that, we got light. That's terrible. I didn't even realize I didn't have lights on. Yeah. I haven't been up that long. All right, that's my excuse. Oh, and it needs to be cleaned up, so and that's easy enough to do. All right, so let's set that up there because that needs some work. And let's check out these. Oh, see? Cute little flower. Right there. And that needs a little cleaning up also. Look how tiny these flowers are. Just itty bitty. This one here I don't think got a full flower. Yeah, see, it's still usable if it's got a bunch of stuff. And of course that needs cleaning. All right, let's get to the main course. Okay, this is the ballistic gel. Let's check these out first. You kind of have to cut them out because there's going to be a layer of gel on the back side of this. All right, don't want to cut them up, but hey, that one came out fine. Oh, look at that. You can see the texture on that. Funny. All right, let's check this one out. All right. Make sure you get down in. Open that up over there. All right. Come on out. Come on out. I'm going to tear this one. This one's getting tore. Oh, needs to rest a little bit longer. And it had an air bubble right there. And it needs a bunch of cleaning up. That we fill that part there with maybe a pearl white. Fix that area right there. And that would be cute. All right, we'll put those up there. This one here, I need to keep going with that one. That one isn't done. All right, these are our bracelet pieces that we made from this. Let's see how they come out. Oh, that's great. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Look at those. Put that one aside. Problem with doing a big batch of one color is you get kind of tired of that color. You're going like, oh, yeah. All right. And these molds I could actually use again if I needed. But since I only have that one bracelet, do I want to do another set of those molds? I don't know. And we did tear this apart. And look, it fits perfect in there. Look at that. So all we have to do is restring this. Little E6000. We might want to put these, mount these in here before we string it. Because then we can just lay them flat like that. Oops. Have it right side up, mind you. All right, there's 3 of those. Let me show you with the red. Ooh, sorry, didn't mean to bunk you. And let's see which one you like better. I know my sister will probably go, the red! She likes red. I'm not a big red person. Especially not an orangey red. All right, let's move those out of the way. All right, whoops, let's bring those up higher. All right, these are the original ones, and these are the ones we made. Me personally, I definitely like the blue better. Would I like maybe something to break up the blue? Maybe. I mean, we could even go like this. We could, if we wanted to. Make a bracelet like that. Or maybe make some white ones, some pearly colored ones. Ooh, we could do red, white, and blue. Except we have even numbers. So that wouldn't work so good. Yeah. Unless we were to put like red, white, and blue, maybe a gold, do a gold one, then red, white, and blue, and a gold one. We could do that, because there's 8 of these. I'm not going to do that. But I could do every other one. And since I still have the molds, and they're perfectly fine, should I make them just, and then we can, I don't know, check it out? Oh, decisions. And I could do blue, blue, white, blue, blue, white. That work or not? White. No, it wouldn't work, because then you'd have 4 blues, and yeah. So we can't do that pattern either. All right. Well, what do you think, huh? We have decisions now. But we have unmolded it. We could just glue it all in, put it back together, and have a beautiful blue bracelet. That's probably what I should do, huh? All right, so the next step is getting the E6000 out. Okay, I got my non-stick foil out, my E6000 glue. We're gonna need, well, we'll probably have to do it a couple of times because it does dry out pretty fast. All right, with a toothpick, and yeah, we make that little circle-y motion to get rid of all the strings, because E6000 glue can string a lot. Wow, this is going to take a lot of glue. Okay. Big area. I'm so used to just, you know, like a little tiny earring. And then we just drop a cabochon in. Ta-da! One done. And I bunked you really hard. I am sorry. All right. Again with the glue. Bring it around. We don't want it too heavy, but you do want it heavy enough that the stuff's going to stick. And all right, you know what? I might want to just put the glue straight onto the bezel. Just put it straight onto the bezel. There's 2. Let's try that, shall we? Put that right there. This up. It would go faster, I think. And just let's put it in our hand here. Just around. And again, you want to make sure you don't go too crazy with that. Put your cabochon on. Set it down. Grab another one. Just enough glue that you're not going to lose it, but not so much it's going to come up. And look at that. That's what I mean by come up. Take it, then clean it off. There we go. I think it's because I got it outside instead of just keeping it kind of in the thing. Just like that. Another cabochon. There we go. Another one. Wow, we've done 5 already. Well, this is going quicker than I thought it would. I thought this was going to be one of those things that take a while. Okay. Take that. Put it on in. Alrighty. Oh, got too much right there. If you get too much in one spot, what you can do, once you get the rest of it done, bring back your toothpick and just spread it on out. Bring it down. And you can always take it off. Like that. Like that. Okay, look at this. It's like a magic trick. Just threw it onto my shirt. Alright. Well, that was fun. Alright, let's put that one in there. One more to go. Then we have to let these set up. And once these are set up, then we can string the bracelet back up using some, well, there's different names for it. Stretchy cord stuff. But it's like magic stretch is one of the names. And okay, they are done. Put our cap back on our E6000 and clean up. And I need to go out to my shed and get my my cording. But I got plenty of time for that. So we'll be back. Okay, folks. Went and got my Stretch Magic, which is a 1 millimeter diameter, which is fairly large. I think what they were using before was a 0.5 because they used double strands, and I don't think you can get 2 strands through that hole there. I can check it. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, it's not going to go twice. All right. But I think this right here is going to be strong enough. Now, before you use your stretch cord, you want to pull it very tight, like this right here. And yes, I am stretching it out. Why? Because if you don't stretch it out now, when you wear it and it stretches out, that's going to be a problem because it will get gaps in it. So this here has had time to dry. Okay. Now let's go, whoops. Let's put a gold bead first. Do a gold bead and go across. Gold bead. Go across. And I have not cut this from the spool because I'm not sure how long I'm going to need it. Gold bead. Be terrible if I lost one of these gold beads. And make sure, as you can see, I'm laying it like this and going through that pair of hoops that are closest to me. Because if you go through the wrong ones, then when you get all done, you're going to go, oh, this one's backwards. All right. Ta-da. Yeah, I could have done this earlier, but I had a terrible headache. The weather here is crazy. We're having like daily thunderstorms, which is a southern thing. I mean, it's not like climate change. No, it's a southern thing. Summertime. Is it every summer? No, sometimes we have droughts. This year we're having lots of rain. But it causes the air pressure to be uncomfortable, you know? Should I count these beads first to make sure? Probably. I don't think I've lost one, but you know, it could happen. All right. And I'm not going to put oops, I'm going to put one here though. I was thinking I'm not going to put one on the end of this one because that's there. But I do need to have one between these two. Don't. All right. Now, ta-da. All right. I don't want to go through that one. I'm thinking something's wrong. Yes, something's wrong. I need more. I need more of this. So let's pull these this way because I got to go all the way back through. Okay. Now we're going through this one. And get a bead. And then through this one. And, oops. And this one. Right. Am I in? Tilt it up a little bit. Yeah, like that there. Through that one. And through this bead. I do like this blue so much better than the red. I just don't wear much red. I mean, I look okay in red. I'm just not in love with the color. My sister, on the other hand, loves red. So if I was going to make this for her, I would have definitely gone back with the red like this here, like what it originally was. But I don't like red, so I didn't. Do I hate red? No. Well, when I was little, I hated red. Especially anything that could be an orange red. I just thought it was, I don't know. Oh, catch the bead. Catch the bead. Here we go. Through, go through, just like that. Alrighty. Through, go through, go through. Like that. One more bead. Actually, two more beads. Alright. There's one between these two. Right here. Go through there. Very good. One more bead on the outside. All right. Now I need my scissors. All right. Let's see if I can pull this back a little bit. Pull it this way. Bum 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 be da da. Dee da da dee da 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 dee da. Right, now pull it this way. I just don't want to waste, I don't want to waste a lot of this here. All right. I mean, I don't want to cut it so short that I have issues, but I also don't want to. All right. Now I'm going to do this wrong side out, and you'll see why in a minute. I'm going to put this one through this side, and take this one, and put it through that one. Okay. Now we're going to tighten them all up. See the big gaps? We don't want any big gaps. All right, let's. Do we have it all nice and tight? Looks to be. And it still moves, so it's not too tight. Okay. Now what we do is we are going to tie a knot. I did 2 roundy things. And here I'm going to go 1, 2, and then tie that down. I want to pull it as tight as I can. Okay, and I'm actually going to do one more knot. Do I have to do another knot? No, but I do want it to be secure. All right, which way? All right, and round. Come on, round. One more knot. All right, and can you see that I am really cutting it. See, it's cutting into my finger right here. I am really pulling that tight. All right, now just cut it like that there. Turn it right side out and put it on. What do you think? The knot is hidden because it is right here. It's between here and here, so it's not going to be showing up along the things. All right. I went from a broken red to a nice blue here. I got some schmutz on that right there. All right. Anyways, that's my video. I did do a few crosses. I did this one, and I filled this one in with white. We did that with the same time. The other thing I did was I did a mold of this. I still have to trim around it, but it's not fully cured. From the 2-part resin, it was movable. It's hard now. I can take my deburring tool and go around it now. But see what I made using that as a mold? I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it was a fun project. And then using this mold, I made this here. This one, would I say it's successful? I'm going to probably put it in something. Not necessarily a, what have I got here? I mean, I could actually attach it to, these are too small, but something, you know, actually put it maybe if I was doing letters and stuff, or plaques, just add that in as a little detail. It's easy enough to do. What else I did? I did this here, and I don't like the fact that, you can see. You can see the, I did the imprint using this here, did a mold, and I did not realize that it had the discoloration there, because this at one time had sequins on it, or rhinestones, and it looked really bad. I mean, it was ugly. So if I had used this side, those lines may have showed up, but those would have been better than this. So will I use that again as a mold? Maybe. I don't know. And another thing I'm going to do is this here was found, I believe it's in a parking lot, and it's broken. I believe it went to a crock. You know how they have those things that you can put in your crocks? It is rubber, but I'm thinking if I cut that back flat, I could do a mold and make fish. Now, wouldn't that be cute? I think that would be cute. So that's what else I'm doing. I did demold those for you, so everything's pretty much done. Anyways, the other thing I'm thinking of doing is making some hair ties. And I could take this right here, put that on. I'm going to have to make a half circle somehow so that I can attach that. But I can do that. I can figure it out because I'd be smart like that. All right. I'll figure it out though. I might not be that smart, but I can figure it out. But we could do, you know, do a little heart. That would be cute. And this make into some ponytail holders. So that's another thing that's on my maybe let's do some list. So anyways, this is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creations. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm really glad I was able to fix this